Welcome back to the episode of Unranked Podcast. I'm coming to y'all. Right now it's Wednesday, about 9:12. We just got done busting the Celtics ass, currently up 21 with about 37, 38 seconds left in the fourth. Yeah, 8-game win streak. I think what I like the most about this 8-game win streak is we've blown out the teams we've needed to blow out. We played almost every kind of game. We had a close
Yep.
game going wire to wire with the Hawks. We had a grinded out game, as we beat the Clippers, a couple of nights ago. Then we had the two seed, the defending champ, come in and I don't know. This is what I like. So I always tell you, E, like we got to get to that point where we can't be that team that we got to start to be that team that elite team come in on and see on a Wednesday night thinking it's
Yep.
gonna be a cakewalk. Like it's just great seeing us, be the aggressor and beat, like I said, the defending champ by um good little margin here. But I'm gonna go ahead and kick it to you. I've been talking too much. What's your thoughts on how this win streak has been going and what we've been seeing from Cade and the guys lately?
No, I think once again, I mean, I feel like I start this off every time. It's just phenomenal to see. Coming off the All-Star game, obviously we can talk about Cade, not getting so much tick, but just him being around those superstars, him competing at that level. And then the team seemed to be matching that energy. Coming out of the All-Star break, winning five or six in a row. After this one's in the bag. It like you said, every type of game. You playing San Antonio even without Wimby, but you played there, went down there, tough game. Damn near scored 150 points versus the Hawks. That was a back and forth, high flying game. Hawks are kind of in that weird spot where I think him and Cade are quickly developing a little rival. That's Trey and Cade because of the All Star, and they always seemed to buzzer beater a couple weeks ago on us. I think
Cade had
we
one early in the season.
so I think that little rival is brewing, and I think we handled that well. And they come out beat the Clippers, current very solidified playoff team out in the West. Very tough, like 9-point dub out there. So I think you see the maturation of this team just building and building, building. Um, uh, Another thing I want to talk about is just Dennis Schroeder, the difference he's made. I think that is exactly what we needed. We talked about players like Lonzo, Dennis,
Hmm.
Dennis Schroeder never even popped in my brain, but that is definitely a prime pickup for us. And looking at the minutes that he's relieving Sasser in, it's 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, something along those lines. And Sasser is lower in every statistical category in the head-to-head up. So, looking forward to the next couple of months here as far as the game goes. Look like we have two more pretty heavy road trips, one in early March, one in late March, early April. And outside of that, a lot of home cooking baked in there. So
Yeah.
I think we can play a game like this. Last thing I'll say, or a game like this, it's exactly what I'm looking to see. Like you said, we're taking care of the teams that we should be beating now.
Hmm.
And now win a couple of these games versus the Bucks, versus the Knicks, versus Celtics, versus in division Cleveland.
Hmm.
You can get that 4 seed, have home field or home court during that first round, and the sky's the limit after that. And I think
Yeah.
that is really what we should be fighting for now. I think we damn near solidified itself as a playoff type team. We're out of the play in type category. So I think, it isn't updated yet, but that 33rd win here is going to catapult us to, yeah, it's fourth we're fourth in the, let me see. I think it's going to catapult us to fourth. So
Man,
um it
it's
would,
great
yeah.
to see.
Because
It's great.
Pacers have 32 wins. So that 33rd win would get us up there.
Yeah, and they yeah.
And
No, man,
don't let it be Pacers. I think we can get the Pacers in a 7 game series.
I agree for
I don't
sure.
want to play Giannis and Dame. They scare me a little more, just what they could, their experience, what they could do. But Pacers, we could get them. We could get Orlando. We could
Get the
we can get the Knicks.
Yeah, I think we could give the Bucks a little bit though. They a little old, so I feel like we could just,
Yeah, off pure hunger. Uh,
yeah, maybe take them to 6 or 7.
yeah,
But you
I
like
just think
I'd say
Dame,
those other
with
teams
Dame
first
time and
though.
Giannis, I think I we definitely I'm feeling real competitive with this team. I'm sure you do too. So it
Mhm.
definitely we could, but how we're trending up, assuming best things for Ivy, get Ivy back. I haven't heard anything as far as that's off the table yet. I hope it's not a Hutchinson type situation where we're,
Yeah,
you
they
know,
just
make the Eastern Conference Finals, we can get him back. I don't want, I
he was
don't
just
want none of
jogging
it.
2 weeks ago. He's jogging like a
But
week ago.
I think we're in a great spot, bro.
Yeah, there we
It's
are.
great basketball. It's fun to watch. NBA got to put
Hmm.
us on TV more. Uh,
Yeah, because I think as the season go on, I feel like you got a lot. Like a good example, I think would be the Sixers. They're like 12 game. They're like the 12 seed. Like they supposed to be playing like Sunday. Like Friday or Saturday night on ABC. Hope that we
mhm.
can maybe get swapped out. Our games get swapped out for a couple of these games or some of these teams that was already pre-scheduled in prime time on TNT or ESPN and just aren't really, in the mix for the playoffs anymore.
Yeah,
I think that'd be
I,
great.
I agree with you as far as just shuffling the cards. Flexing us up.
Hmm.
I think us and Knicks is great every time we play each other,
Yeah.
and us and the Hawks great
Hawks.
basketball. I think you my fault, bro. You put us on
Let's see.
some of those games. I think it would give our team some just due, and it's rightfully so. We didn't need no TV games going into the season. We deserved the one or two we had, but
Mhm.
that's if you want the NBA to get these ratings back up, that's what you have to do. You have to put the players people want to watch on. Cade, you go on Twitter, you go on, and it's not just I don't think the bubble we're living in. It looks like ESPN is tweeting him out, Barstow is tweeting him out. He's doing podcasts with Funny Marco. He's doing, he's getting in the mix. Drewski commercials for I can't even think of what it was, but I think all of that is showing the superstar we have, and any given night he's giving you 20, 26 and 9. So I think
Yeah.
um, you know, that's right up there with the best of them.
Yeah, it is. I think I saw a stat while watching the game like earlier, like the first quarter. I think he's like top five in the league in the most like 35-5 games in the season. I think Giannis got like 18. I think Brown got like 14. I think there's another guy in there, might be Luca. And then I think it was like Cade and then Tatum. So
Yeah,
he just, I don't know. And I think my favorite thing is just getting on Twitter and seeing all these like, I'm a big stats guy. So just seeing all the statistics of like what he's been doing and how it's like these comparisons are always like LeBron, Luca,
yeah,
Jokic, like
Jokic.
he's being
No, I
spoken
agree. I
of.
agree. It'd be. I mean, you can find any of them. It's fifth fastest player with 4,000 points,
Yeah.
900 assists, 900 rebounds.
Hmm.
This year I seen he's on the last game he had when he had 38 and 14 or 38 and 12, or it was the first 38 and 12 assists in the game this season. So he's starting to carve out his little niche there,
Yeah.
and actually this is crazy, and I might have told you this, but I haven't obviously said it on the podcast yet. Um, he needs under crazy stat of the day. He needs under 300 points to pass Ben Wallace all time Pistons scoring. And Ben Wallace played for the Pistons for 9 seasons.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Averaging like
Um,
9 a game.
yeah. He's gonna blow past it though. He's gonna
Yeah. I mean, he could be. I love to see like Isaiah Thomas. I'm curious what the all-time leading scorers
is
are at.
Isaiah Thomas with like 19,000 points.
Okay. So yeah, he
Yeah.
probably,
He's
yeah,
up there. I think Tayshawn's in the top four.
maybe
Uh
like Joe Dumars,
let me see. I
maybe
can pull it up.
Stackhouse.
But yeah, I think we have a lot of cooking with this unit here.
Yeah, we do.
And and
And I just,
it's and we're prime as far, so it's top five for Pistons all time scoring is Isaiah Thomas, just shy of 19,000 points. Joe
okay,
Dumars 16. Bob Lanier, um,
okay.
15,000. Dave Bing 15. Rip 11. Tayshawn 10-5.
He
And
doing
then
his thing.
round up to top 10. Grant Hill at 9,300. John Long 9,000. I don't know who that is. And I'll just go ahead and say 11. Andre Drummond. Uh, yeah.
Okay.
So
They need to
it's
give.
and I think he was obviously that we want to win games, but he'll I think he's going to be a stat sheet stuffer. Like we
Hmm.
talked about, kind of his projections and I always kind of said he could be Lonzo Ball type. I was looking at the year one, their stats are almost identical. Year two, it was pretty close. And
Hmm.
they obviously veered off a little bit this year because LaMelo's, there's some games he'll shoot 19 threes in a game.
Yeah.
Cade just won't, I can't see that ever coming to a thing, but much better floor general. And I just look at how his game has grown. I think once he starts getting a little more, I don't even want to say love, the right call from referees, he'll get another 5, 6 free throws a game goes a long.
Yeah.
You get that averaging up around 9, 10 a game, like the best scorers in the league always do. Shoot
Hmm.
90%. I mean, he'll easily. I think he can. I feel pretty confident in saying he can be a 30 point a game guy. 30.8 and 8, 30.9 and 9.
Oh yeah, he definitely on a. I mean, he already flirting with that. 23 years old, and I think like good example what you was just talking about. Him and Trey, they both had 38 on Sunday, and Trey had 38 on 15 free throws, and Cade had 38 on 3 free throws,
That's
seven with seven threes. So it's just fun to like I don't know. I'm just glad to kind of see finally getting his just due and just showing what he can really do. Because it was like before you said before we hopped on here, like everybody, like a lot of people were just writing him off, and we all just been kind of like tired of just how bad they've been for so long. But I don't know, I always just knew they just had to get some shooting around them, get some
yep.
spacing, and get some good vets. Yeah, I think the sky's the limit.
I hate to say it, but I think anybody who took the time to suffer and watch a good sample size over the last 3 years of Piston basketball had to have known how special Cade was. He had
Yeah,
the flashes.
yeah,
He was getting
especially a
double
rookie.
teamed at literally one of the highest clips in the whole NBA. He was up there
Hmm.
with like Giannis, KD, whatever. He was up there with the best of the best as far as getting double team percentage. And
Yeah.
we were the worst, if not the worst. I don't want to say the worst. Top five worst 3 point shooting team in the league last year. He was getting double teamed like crazy. We had no spacing, so anybody who watched that, you could see there was enough flashes, and when the team was hot, you could see how that would all work out. Over him and Ivy were clicking together, or even the difference that Von Checkio made, getting him on the team. Um, just that little bit of extra shooting took Cade off sky's limit on that. So I think 100% agree with you,
Yeah.
bro. If you took the time to suffer and watch any of those losses throughout the last couple of years, you've seen how we weren't closing out games. We had big leads going into fourth and we give them up. We would be getting blown out and come flying back and lose by a couple. We had a lot of those games.
Yeah.
It was just tough to sit through.
And it's been great to just kind of, like I said, just overcome those hurdles. Like
Yes.
just, Cade, his turnovers been better. Obviously, it's just been looking way better with Schroeder, but even like before Schroeder showed up, just finishing games more efficiently, just like starting to beat teams you're supposed to, starting to beat teams that you're not expected to beat.
Yeah.
Just they just been kind of like jumping over hurdles. And it's been like at like kind of an extreme clip. Like we was talking 30 games. They already got was it 34?
Maybe our
33 wins?
33rd, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
30 got a 33rd win. It's February 26th. Like they easily on pace to get 40. I mean, at this point, they rattled off 8 in a row. They got the Nuggets on Friday. So we're gonna
Yep.
see what they're talking about. But I mean, 40, 45 wins, that don't seem that all that too far off anymore.
No. And I think that's definitely what we're trending for right now, as far as just putting back, stacking these wins up, inch by inch. And I think we've left a lot on the table too. We even this year have had a lot of close losses, a lot of skating by. I remember at one point I texted you, there was only two teams above 500, but they were giving up more points per game than they were scoring per game, and it was the Pistons and the Lakers. And
No, yeah, yeah, yeah.
both the Pistons have corrected that since then. So that just shows you that we're closing that margin. That
Mm-hmm.
we're blowing teams out like we did the Bulls a couple weeks ago, where our whole starters are sitting there on the bench with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, and I think those are things we haven't seen around here in a long time. Like you said, longest first first 8 game win streak since 2008. I mean, that's first year Obama was in office. I mean, that shit was, we was picking up our geometry books. That was
It's been a
some
drought.
years ago. So,
Yeah.
uh,
And how hard it is to win 8 games in like today's league. Like I just, you know what I'm saying? Like to rattle off
yeah,
some of the teams maybe wasn't as good, but I mean, I feel like
you don't that
keep
really don't
everybody in
matter
front
because
of
I
you.
think I think you would agree it was well the Celtics top of the line right now, defending NBA champs.
Yep.
Clippers, we both probably don't think they're
Playoff
going to make
team.
the playoffs, but they are a playoff team, riddled with Hall of Famers.
Hmm.
Um, you know, the Bulls, the Bulls and us, we could be fighting for the same thing. So I think
We was we was blowing their doors off.
yeah, yeah, we got that number a little bit. And
Yeah.
another thing I wanted just to circle back on Cade real quick is I looked up most points per game in Pistons history for a season. You know where that would be or who would have that
Most points per game
in Pistons history? Yeah,
in Pistons history. Isaiah Thomas.
I I would have said that. So that's where I would have said as well. But no, Jerry Stackhouse in '01
That
did
was my second guess.
30 a game. Um, and then Dave Bing 27-27, Grant Hill 25.8, Cade 25.7. So
Okay.
he's right there for like top five points per game. And then you take a deeper dive. I mean, the year Jerry Stackhouse did 29 a game, he was shooting 40% from the field. So,
Yeah.
he's doing it at a much beautiful level. By far the highest assist for any of these people on here as well. So I think, we got something special. And I'm riding high on him. Like
Yeah.
I wish you know,
Have you heard any of the like the most improved player like conversation? Everybody's saying like I've been seeing people say they should go to Norman Powell because he's like a vet that just,
yeah.
kind of overplaying his role, and they don't think that a first overall pick with like a jump of like 2 points a game and like 3 4 point assists rebounds give or take per statistic or like rebounds and assists
Mhm.
jump. I don't know. I want to see what you think. I personally think like I think all NBA.
Is
I
it?
would hope that I think like excuse me. I think all NBA. I'd like to see him get that. I think MIP is deserved, but I can understand the argument for it. But I hope that he gets all NBA because I think that's
No.
really what he deserved.
All NBA means more. It does. It just shows, it's an honor that you're the best of the best in your class, or not your class, but in your profession. So I think that is the top of the line, and I agree. And I think, not, and just the full ramifications of it. You get those that unlocks more money for your salary, how much they can pay you if you get all NBA awards. That's why Luka was going to get $80 million a year or whatever it is because
Hmm.
an All NBA every year, all in his first year. So I think, for those type of ramifications, you would want that, and I think just outside of that, I truly think Cade could be one of the greats at his league as far as next 10 years, and that's how you build your resume. You get those All NBAs, you drug this Piston team from the depths of the ocean, and then you go win a playoff series this year. I mean, how high would we be
Yeah.
riding if we win a playoff series this year, going into all season with I think I read like 24 million in cap space.
Oh my
So I
gosh.
think you know, you can go and do kind of what you want with that. You won't be able to go sign a max player, but you
A lot
can
of guys
split
will
it up
pull up
however how you want. You can get two
more shooters.
$20 million players a year, you could go ahead and get like a damn near a B, a 1B or a C type player. So I think that's how I'm looking as far as what we have going forward. And then it's a casualty of our success, but we lost our draft pick more than likely because we
Oh
were
yeah.
winning so well. But I mean, it is what it is. We
Yeah.
need this
That was
resurgency
to the
everybody.
Knicks, right?
Yeah,
The Knicks, yeah. At least Durham playing well. So it's
that's a fact. Now,
you know,
Durham's
you've been
more likely here to stay. He's one of the cornerstones, I think. I do think we need
yeah.
to get him some size. You go get him just a bruiser. I think that's the one thing we did not pick up during this trade. But in general, I like how we're built. I think
Yeah, I got to give Drummond. I got to give him some credit because I wasn't. I, I don't know. I thought he was more like a dinosaur, kind of like Drummond, but he's shown that he can pass the ball a little bit. He got some
Yeah,
moves. Good little post game. I heard Rasheed Wallace say he got a little Chris Webber in him. So he definitely a lot more versatile, and athletic than I was giving him credit for. So I got to give him some. I did think he was going to be Andre Drummond 2.0. I mean, Drummond was good too, but he was just like all you can do is rebound pretty much and catch lobs.
yeah. No, I
So
agree.
a little
Drummond a
more
little
limited
more heavy
offensively,
footed,
but he was
a
solid.
little more heavy footed. I
Yeah.
mean, good defender, but he's not like he just didn't grow his game out as well as it looks like Duran is. And but maybe if you gave the years that Drummond did flourish, he had Brandon Jennings, he had
Hmm.
those type. I can't think of my man Reggie Jackson. So I think he flourished when we had those. So maybe if you had maybe if you can put circa 2022 or 2017 Drummond on this team, maybe we could be better. But
Yeah.
I think in general, you get a little more size in there. Yeah, we're that's all we're looking for. And then
You know what I was thinking? You know, what I was thinking too. He got hurt, but I don't know. I kind of wish we would have been able to see James Wiseman with a little bit better coaching staff, and
yeah,
because I
yeah, no,
did,
we could. He's one of those players you think he could turn it on always, and he still probably ain't but 23 or something. So
yeah, like
yeah,
would have liked to just see him get a little bit more, get a little action with a little formidable coaching staff and a better team. That's random as hell, but I don't know. I
no,
think that's kind of like we was missing a little bit. I think we could use like a little bit more depth down there, like some scoring, a little bit more scoring punch. And I
yeah.
think a wing.
My dad want us to give. He texted me about giving a blank check to Nas Reed.
I do like Nas Reed.
Yeah.
That's yeah. We
You think
that's
so? We got 24 million. You think that'll do it? We got 20.
I don't know. He won 6 man last year,
Yeah.
and
So look, we
now he's starting averaging like 20 something.
second most second most cap space available this summer with 24 million.
I
Number
gotta
one,
see his contract.
number one is Brooklyn with 90 million.
Yeah, yeah, they just shipped off everybody. It's got like G League guys playing
Yeah, that's crazy.
and D'Angelo Russell. Yeah, I just want to see his I don't see Nas Reed's contract. And it grates me looking up stuff like this and not looking up mock draft. I looked at one mock draft for the NBA.
Yeah. No, I agree. Or looking at fucking how long we got to pay Josh Smith for. Looking about.
Right. Let me see. Should he 13? Wait, what's his gold contract? 3 year,
Well, and
41?
I just read that he's more likely to opt out because he want to get paid. Um,
Yeah. Because he could come start here.
yeah,
Like he
for
could
a
literally
fact.
start over Tobias. Like Cade, Ivy, Thompson, Reed, and Duran.
I
Not
like it.
in that because I'm either like I'm high on him or Bobby Portis. Like I think Portis a little bit older, so I'd take either of them. I probably want to go Reed though. I think he just fit in with he's 25. This
Yeah, no, I
NBA be
agree.
so crazy, bro. Like I feel like he's been playing for years. I mean, he
It's
has been,
crazy.
but he came in at like 19. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, if you would have asked me, I would have said he's probably 30. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah. Yeah, no, I think that'd be a great pickup. And like you said, man, you can either get somebody like that or get a couple guys, a couple more vets, guys will
Yeah,
pull up, take a couple pay cuts just to, ride the coattail a little bit.
not quite the same player, but I like Miles Turner. I know he's a free agent this summer.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, there's some guys out there for sure.
yeah,
We could, and I don't know, man. I think we can give up. We can give up Stewart, Ivy, Sasser, get Booker, couple
hey,
first round, couple first.
sign
Get,
Nas Reed and get Booker.
get,
Woo! Come on, next year like 60 and 20. Come on
I'm
next year.
about to go buy 2K for real.
Yeah,
That
no,
sounds
that's fact.
fun.
No, we riding high. I feel good about him. I feel good about him, bro. This is a good day. About all day I was thinking, I was like, damn, we're gonna be talking about how we had a tough loss or we
Yeah,
damn, we pulled it out. So um I mean with more pitches action coming at you. I don't know if you got
for
anything else
sure.
people, but no, overall I'm thrilled and it's I mean, it was. I'm not gonna rush them, but this is exactly what I needed. Ahead of schedule a little bit, so it's
100%.
yeah, it's fantastic to see.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's all I got, man. Just 8 in a row. Hopefully be back with y'all. I think they got how many games they got between now and next week. They got one, two, three. Okay, so they got Denver, Brooklyn, Utah, at LA. They got a little West Coast trip starting Monday. So hopefully we'll be on 11 game win streak, looking to get 12 from LA that Wednesday. But
Yeah,
yeah, good time to be a Pistons fan. Be back with y'all next week.
yes, sir. Peace.